that noise is, but I don't think it's supposed to sound like that. To me, it sounds like that CVT belt wants to jump off the pulley. Crazy. All right, a few additional thoughts on the Yamaha Grizzly now that I've got just a little bit more seat time on this machine. From the first review, okay, you remember I talked about this being floppy? Well, I figured out why it's floppy. There's rubber grommets down in there, and some of them are missing. So I'm trying to get my dealership to help me find them. They're really hard to find. The parts guy tried and tried for probably a half hour to look for some today. He had a hard time finding that actual rubber grommet down in there. So I've taken one that I still have out of the machine, and I'm getting ready to go to the hardware store and see if I can match something up. But anyway, that's what was up with that. The fit and finish is still not anywhere near as nice as the Suzuki. You've still got a lot of gaps here, huge gap here. I can almost put my finger down in that one. The one that really bothers me is this storage back here, and you can't really see it because it's dark in here. Maybe you can see a little better there. But anyway, you'll just have to take my word for it. You can actually see down in this gap. In fact, you can probably see my recovery strap that I've got down in there right now. This thing is far from being weather tight. It's not tight at all. I mean, everything is going to get in that storage cubby back there. Water, snow, mud, sand, dirt, whatever. That one's going to be full of stuff all the time. So that really limits your usefulness of that particular storage cubby. I mean, you're limited to what you'll want to put in there for sure, because whatever you put in there is gonna get nasty. I guess the recovery strap's about the only thing I'll be able to put in there. Whereas on the Suzuki, you had a couple of boxes back here, and both of them were sealed up quite a bit better than that. So the fit and finish, I'm still not happy with on this machine, especially for the price. It is what it is. The thumb grip here, I talked about how I don't like how it's way out here. It would be better if in idle position it was like this. If that was your range of motion, that would be better. But instead, it's way out there, so it's a reach, which wears your hand out if you're riding all day long. I took all this apart and just kind of looked in there. It might be adjustable, but you know, you've got this mechanism right here that you can adjust to limit the throttle. You know, like if you've got a kid, a young person riding this, and you don't want them to be able to go full speed, you can adjust that right here. And so it's kind of complicated down in there, and I didn't really want to fool around with that a whole lot right now. But anyway, I still don't really like that. And it's really noisy. You know, I shot that video clip there a minute ago showing you how noisy this thing is. I don't know, I guess it's the transmission, the way that Ultramatic transmission is designed, but this thing is super noisy compared to the Suzuki. It makes all kinds of racket. It sounds terrible. I don't know, man. I know a lot of people love the Ultramatic transmission on these things. Man, I just don't know if I really do. The way that this thing rides with that belt always engaged, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not as smooth. I mean, that's just all there is to it. The Suzuki machine, way smoother than this. So I'm not a big fan of that either. I guess those are my main complaints. I kind of talked about some of that stuff in my very first video, but it's still a problem for me. You know, honestly, I don't have a lot of seat time on this thing yet, and it's still in the break-in period, so I haven't been able to nail the throttle or anything like that. Haven't had it out on, you know, like a 70-mile ride or anything like that. But my first impressions of this machine after riding it for a few weeks, if I had to pick between the Yamaha Grizzly and the Suzuki King Quad 750 that I had on the channel last year, I would go Suzuki 7 days a week, twice on Sunday, wouldn't even think about it. I would take the King Quad over this machine any day of the week. It's just, it feels better to sit on, the ergonomics are better, the fit and finish is better, it's smoother. There's just something about the handling that's crisper. I like the transmission better. You know, oh, something I forgot, you know, I mentioned this in the other video also. The shifter on this thing is notchy as can be. It hasn't gotten any better yet. Extremely notchy. The Suzuki shifter was perfect from day one. I don't know, man. If it came down to those two machines, I would go Suzuki every time. I just would. I'm not saying that this is a bad ATV, but when you consider the fact that the Suzuki is so much better and the Suzuki is $1,000 less money, it's a no-brainer. I would go Suzuki every time. I mean, it just is what it is. But there are a few things I like about this. I still like the fact that it comes with a good set of tires right out of the box. It's a good looking machine too, you know. Every model year Yamaha does some different colors, which is nice. Whereas Suzuki and the other companies do the red, they do the green every year. It gets really old. You know, at least Yamaha mixes it up. They give you some different colors on your plastics every year. You got some nice wheels and tires, you know, so it's a good looking machine. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fun. Can't wait to actually get it out in an off-road park and put some miles on it. But right now, I think I would definitely go Suzuki King Quad 750 AXI power steering every day of the week. Just a much, much better machine. More fun to ride, more fun to be on. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Having said that, I do need to get some real seat time on the machine so that I can form an even stronger opinion on it. But sometimes things just pop out, you know, initially, and it's just the way it is. I mean, sometimes you can just tell right out of the box, you know, what you like better and what you don't. We did get the battery replaced on the Raptor, so we'll be getting it out and riding it some more pretty soon too. We got some really bad weather coming in, Arctic blast, snow, below zero weather. All that crap's coming in this weekend, so it's going to be a little while, but we gotta be patient here. Spring will be here before we know it, and then we'll hit some off-road parks and have some fun. And in April, there's going to be a full solar eclipse pretty close to where I live, so we're going to take a trip to go to an off-road park and watch the eclipse while we're out there, so that'll be fun too. But anyway, I just wanted to bring you some quick updates on this Yamaha Grizzly. And what do you guys think? I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say about it, you know. But you can post your opinions below. I know a lot of people love these Yamaha machines. I know they do. But, you know, I've ridden all of them. I've owned a lot of them. And I just really feel strongly that the Suzuki is the best one going right now. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.